It's the Morning Marketing Machine, here to grow your e-commerce business with proven marketing strategies and tactics, so you can run your business with machine-like precision. My name is Douglas Levin. Let's dive in. Welcome to the Morning Marketing Machine, and I have a very special guest today. Alina Vlaic is an Amazon addict from Romania. She started her Amazon journey as a seller on the EU marketplace, can't speak, and then started on USA. She then had her biggest failure in e-commerce, her first private label on Amazon. And that's the moment where she began to really learn and open her mind. So along the way, AZ Rank was born. It's a company dedicated to helping Amazon sellers at every stage of their business with customized ranking and launching services. And you've probably heard a lot about her recently. She's been talked about on like Helium 10. Bradley's talked about her. Carlos from Wizards of Amazon. Like, she's all over the place, and everyone loves her and everything she does. So I wanted to welcome Alina to the show. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, Douglas, for having me. And you spoke so nice. I'm already nervous.
No reason to be nervous. Hey, Carlos has been on. Yeah, everyone loves you, so no worries at all. But for people that may not know at all, can you tell them a little bit about how you got started to kind of get to where you're at?
Of course. As you already said, I'm from Romania. I'm in this entrepreneurship adventure for several years. I've also had other jobs as well along the way. But to be honest, the very first contact I've had with my own business, or knowing what that means, was even in my childhood, because here in Romania we had a communist regime which ended in 1989, and through that period nobody was allowed to have like their own businesses. There was no capitalism and stuff like that. Everything was owned by the state. And when the things changed, which was exactly December 1989, right after that, my father was dreaming about having his own business, and started right away. And I'm always going to be thankful for that, for involving me. Even I was like 7-year old at that point, and that continued all my life, actually. Even if I left home for college at one point, we kept in touch and did business together through the years. And then my husband and I started, actually he started a company here 15 years ago that we still have. It's also e-commerce, not 100%, but a big part of it, it's e-commerce having to do with toys and a lot of other stuff. And somewhere in the middle, I got in touch with Amazon. We both did, and the adventure started. It seemed like a very, very good opportunity. A couple of years back, it actually, there wasn't so much opportunity now, comparing with what other sellers say that have been there like for 8-9 years. How was Amazon back then, and how is right now? It's so much more difficult, but it's very challenging, and it's like this adrenaline you have every day in this business, which I guess is not for everyone, but it is for us. As you said, we started slow, actually, just getting our feet wet on the European marketplace, because we were here, and it was the easier thing to do, to learn and get used to Amazon. And then cross the ocean to United States, and tried private label, failed, because not because we didn't do things right. It had to do with the product. If you ask me now, with what I know now, I'm sure, I'm 200% positive that the product itself was not what it had to be. The niche was saturated. And yeah, I guess that's the moment when I started to really learn and understand Amazon and focus. And I was determined to make it work, as I am now. And it's working. It's working. We've developed several products since then. This was like 3 years ago. But we're not moving very, very fast. I mean, we're not that kind of sellers who go into, those niches where they sell like 2,000 units a day in one product and get very, very big numbers. We do a lot of testing because we also have the other business. It's okay. I'm positive I'm on the right path of this journey. And about AZ rank, well, that was I remember Carlos asked me if that was a need. It was a need, but it was also something that I wanted to do because with mine and my other business partners knowledge, because we all are sellers, we know both sides, not just a service provider's point of view, but also from a seller's point of view, what a seller needs when goes to a company like that. And that's why I think we do things a little different, but good. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's
Yeah, and there's a lot that you're talking about here, and there one of the things that you had talked about like earlier with that, and I wanted to kind of get your thoughts on was you didn't you in your words you failed, right? And it's the part where everyone fails, or say most people fail.
yeah,
But, but most people give up. They'll try something and then it didn't work. Like can't tell you the amount of times I've heard someone talk about like say Facebook ads or something and say, oh yeah, it did, I tried it, it didn't work, and then it's like, well, how much did you spend? I spent $10. And then how long did it run? Yeah, it ran for like 6 hours. Like, okay, yeah,
and it didn't work.
yeah. So like you didn't go into that. Was that because of your family history? What is it that kept you going? And obviously to go the AZ rank side of it and to keep going obviously with your products as well when it didn't work and a lot of people would have just given up.
I guess the main thing was that I was convinced that this business model and everything related with e-commerce and Amazon in particular at that point, because I wasn't thinking outside Amazon at that moment, I was convinced it's something that works for me. It's I don't know, it's for my personality, and I found myself in this business model. That's one way to look at it. The other way, I think I'm a very stubborn person and also very determined. I mean, I usually try several times before I let it go, definitely, in everything that I do. Sometimes this is a good thing, sometimes it's not a good thing. I'm perfectly aware of that, but it's just the way I am. Maybe, I don't know, I'm a Scorpio, so yeah. Sometimes I think that matters. My family history, of course, had and being in this world had for sure something to do with the way I think. But among all this, I mean, if I were to choose from all these was I would choose the first one. The fact that I somehow felt that this thing is for me, and I want to do everything humanly possible to make it work. So yeah, I and we were very lucky that we had the resources to continue. I mean, we lost a lot of money with sorry for that. We lost a lot of money with this first project because, yeah, we were so sure that our product was like the most amazing product that, of course, we brought 3 variations with 1,000 units each, and that was a lot of money and a lot of investment in all the other stuff that comes along. And of course that mattered too. And getting back to what you mentioned before, I think a lot of people give up also because of this, because putting maybe all their savings into their first product, and unfortunately I see a lot of sellers come to us with very, very, very little knowledge about what actually Amazon is. They, I don't know, they go look on YouTube, or have buy a course which is not what it should be. Fail their first product because it's not properly chosen or sourced or whatever. And then maybe some of them, I mean, I'm sure some of them would like to continue, but there are no money for that, I guess.
Yeah. And I think I was remembering, I don't know if it was Carlos or Amy or someone else that talked about the idea of it's not just your product. Like, your product is just a portion of what you need. Like, so it's also about your advertising, your marketing budget, like all of these monthly expenses as well that you're not even thinking of. So it could be 3 or 4 times whatever you think your cost is going to be. And people don't ever think about that when they're getting started.
Yes.
Yeah.
I found myself in situations at the end of the month where did this money go? Oh, and that tool and that tool and that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking obviously of software tools, and obviously yours isn't a software tool, but so what ended up leading you is like, obviously you're saying you're now having some success in terms of like with your own products. You got a business partner that helps you, but on the AZ rank side, if you can talk a little bit about how that process works, because as I mentioned kind of at the beginning, like, everyone seems to be talking about you guys, like what was it, Project X, is that what, or Project 5K, right, is what Bradley,
5K,
where he references all the time. You've been getting a lot of results, so you can, like, obviously, like, we typically talk more about mindset and other stuff, but a lot of people here obviously are in commerce, and they would want to know, like, a little bit about how Easy Rank works, and like what is some of the process that people would go through as say, like, they're either ranking a product or they're trying to re-rank.
Of course, I'm going to try to be short.
It's all right.
Fill all the space with this. Okay, so we have a lot of services, but the main one is the ranking, and the main thing in the ranking is the search, find, buy. Now, the search, find, buy, everybody doing Amazon or e-commerce, or almost everybody knows about this method, which I need to mention. It's not white. It's not 100% white. It's not black either. It's in the gray area, because it is what it is. You're never going to succeed if you're staying only in the white, like Carlos said. We have basically what happens. We have our own communities that are formed with real people. And that's very important, because there are a lot of other companies there which do or try to do this kind of service, but they're using computers and all kind of black stuff. So these are real people that are going to go on Amazon, search for a certain keyword that we want to rank for, find your product and purchase it. This helps you rank, of course, on that specific keyword. Now, this is the very simplified definition of it. There's a lot of work behind the stage where we look at the competition, we look at your product, what keywords would be more, more promising to get ranked on. Promising in what way? Just to, if you get ranked high on them, to get also sales, organic sales, because at the end of the day, that's what matters. Sorry. But we have developed a lot of additional services that we do along with the certifying buy, and that is the add to carts. There is also a very complex process of getting traffic from all kind of different outside Amazon sources, like Facebook, like YouTube, like other ways inside Amazon, like the share links, or getting the purchases done via sponsored ads, so people buying from PPC. It's basically a mixture of a lot of things that get you where you want to be in the eyes of the algorithm. Did that make any sense?
Yeah, it does. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So if a seller, if and when a seller comes to us, we discuss together a plan. That's how we call it, a ranking plan. We analyze the specific ASIN in discussion. We look at competition. We do a keyword research, and then we come up with a proposal with a list. So we do all this. If the seller already knows, and it's a very experienced seller and already knows where he wants to rank on, that's perfectly fine. We just discuss the numbers together. But if they don't, or even if they do and want to hear our suggestions, we do that as part of the service. After deciding that, we just we do the planning. We usually organize the process in several phases. Start slow with long tail keywords, very relevant keywords, just like I like to say, let Amazon know who you are, let Amazon find out who you are, and put you on the relevant searches and keywords, and then continue with the higher volume keywords, and so on and so forth until you reach your goal, if the budget allows. If not, we had very much success with campaigns, like we did 2 or 3 keywords this month, then took a break, then in 4 or 5 weeks did another, just several stages of the ranking. Also, we went off Amazon to Walmart and Etsy, and we've discovered ranking works really well on those platforms. We also do small quantities on Canada. There are a lot of sellers selling on Canada, Europe, some of the marketplaces. So we're trying to offer a full range of services for the sellers as much as we can, and also to be on the same page with Amazon's changes, which happen like every day.
Yeah, and there's so much in terms of what you're talking about with AC Rank that I really loved, and it's part of the reason I wanted to have you on is I'm a big fan of diversification, of like I've been on Amazon for I think about 6 years now, but like anyone who's been selling for more than 5 minutes, how many issues there can be with Amazon. So being able to sell on other platforms like Walmart, Etsy, and being able to sell well with help from you guys is something that I thought was really great. And then also the fact that you guys are in it. Like there's so many people that aren't really in the Amazon space. They start there maybe, or I won't mention any people, but there are people that basically pretend they are, and then they'll just sell their course or just sell whatever it is that they're trying to do, and they really don't have the first clue about what's really going on with Amazon. And you guys are able to stick with it and actually like keep up with the changes, which is honestly difficult. I know from my perspective, I'm in it every day, and there's always a lot of changes that go on, right? And you guys are able to keep up with that. So um,
I, I'm not 100% sure that I'm trying. I'm trying. One of the wishes I'm going to make for Santa Claus this year is to make me a 48-hour long day. Maybe that's what I'm going to be able to,
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's difficult, but I love what I do. Both sides of it, all sides of it, actually. Otherwise, I wouldn't be, working like 16 hours a day or more.
Mhm.
But that's why I go back to the first thing that I've said. I'm sure that this was meant for me,
Mhm.
and just entered my life at the specific point.
Right, definitely. And as you, I know you're joking about that, but that kind of brings up another question that I wanted to ask as well. Is like, so with so many things going on with your own business and with AZ Ring, how do you get the most out of your day when you've only got 24 hours in a day?
Did I mention I also have two kids? And
Yeah.
it's
I know how that's like how old are they?
4 and 9.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's even crazier.
And schools are closed here,
Yeah.
and kindergartens are closed, daycare, everything. So it's been a challenge, but we're hanging in. We're trying to to take advantage of the fact that we have the freedom to work from home. I mean, the last couple of months, the situation here in Romania has also been not. We've been affected a lot by the pandemic, and also for our business here, we've minimized everything that we could in terms of going to the office and the warehouse and everything. So my husband also works from home because it allows us the business to do that. And we're trying to mix being at the laptop, playing with the kids.
Mhm.
Some of the times this happens like simultaneously, doing homework and just enjoying, trying to enjoy every day, because we're not that 9 to 5 schedule where you have to be at your office or at your laptop from 9 to 5. No, I can wake up at 6 and work till 10 and then take a break. Not happening, but just in theory, I can take a break and do some other stuff. It's okay. I'm not complaining. I'm thankful for that we're healthy and that we can do this, and just to come to overcome this phase with this craziness in the whole world. I miss traveling though, so that's the thing I miss
Yeah.
the most.
Yeah, I miss it too. We were planning on for our anniversary, we were going to try and go back to Ireland where we got married, and I don't think that's going to happen with everything that's going on. So yeah, I miss it too. So are your kids at this point that your purpose for doing what you do, or is there like what is your purpose? Like because obviously if you're dealing with those 16-hour days, I mean that's a lot to deal with all the time.
Yes, I'm aware it's not going to be possible, and it's not the plan to continue that long. We're working on both our businesses to to find a structure and to delegate as much as we can. I'm trying to find the good people to the right people to delegate some stuff, but things are moving so fast and evolving so fast. For example, this year we've launched quite a few products. Not all of them are in the early phase, but probably next year there's going to be a whole lot of more work to do, and I'm already thinking of who exactly is going to take care of that because obviously we're not going to be able to. So this is the that's the way I see it. This is the phase where you're getting to know like the worst side and the busiest side of everything, and things start going each on its direction, and after that it's going to be fine. We've already started doing that for both of businesses, getting some VAs, enlarging the team, also for the ranking. So it's going fine. Just it's Q4. I mean, in Q4 everybody's busy, even though even those who haven't been the rest of the year. So just.
So would you say then at this point, like the outsourcing is probably your most important thing that you're trying to get done for now? No?
Oh yeah, getting back to the question. Yes, I think I want to bring bring everything actually to a point where I can work on the business and not in the business, like to have that stability, and be able to focus more on ideas and developing new stuff. Of course, the kids are always the priority, but I also like to be comfortable with what I do. I never see myself, I never did it, and I'm hopefully not going to be forced to ever do work that I don't like. I love it, and I just focus now on building a structure so this can work on the long run in the best possible way.
Great. And I want to transition a little bit and ask you as well, like, since one of the great things obviously about outsourcing is that you can get rid of the parts of the business you don't want to deal with or are low level tasks. So I want to ask you, like what's the part of the business? It could be either side, either your own products or Azering that you love the most.
That I love the most?
Yes.
Oh, wow. It's a tough one. I think what I love the most is there are two. I'm going to think then after that which one of those comes first. But talking to people is one, and you get to meet so many different people and great people and hear a lot of experiences, life, business, whatever. So it's just it's amazing. That would be one. And second, it's something that motivates me, and it's always something interesting, is building these plans that I was telling you, the ranking plans, because every seller has a different story, has a different product in a different category with a different plan. So you have to actually put yourself in the seller's shoes in order to understand and try to help in the right direction. That's very hard. Sometimes I get tired because there are so many, but it's never a dull moment. So that what's the right word for it? I think something different, doing basically you do the same thing every day, but it's always different, so you can be bored.
Well, yeah, I mean, definitely. I can't remember where I heard it, but the idea of us as business owners, we're always trying to do something we've never done. And for you, yes, you made, as part of AZRank, you've done stuff 100 times or 1,000 times or whatever it is. But for them, they've never done it before, so it's for the like they're wide-eyed and everything else that's going through it. So you're helping walk them through that process for the first time. So the excitement, I would assume.
Excitement, that was
Yeah,
the word.
okay, yeah, yeah. I would assume that that's part of it, right? Like
Yes.
it's part of what is great about what we do, and that there's so many people that will like we said will have given up, or they want the certainty.
Mhm.
I'm going to put in 2 + 2 and get 4, but we don't know that. We like
Exactly.
we could fall flat on our butts like a bunch of times. But yeah, so definitely. So what's part of the business that you love the least?
The least, the mechanical, the mechanical work that sometimes I need to do that instead of the VAs, and when checking all kind of things, and a million Google sheets that have to be tied together, and at the end of the day everything has to match and be perfect. I'm a perfectionist. Yeah, that's a word, I guess. And that's I'm aware it's not a quality, it's the opposite. I should be less perfectionist at some points, but working on that. So I think that's the part I love the least. And actually focusing right now to get someone to do it full time.
Hey, that's how it works, right? I mean,
Yeah.
ultimately, if you can outsource the parts that either you're not good at or are low value tasks or any of those kinds of things, and focus on your area of expertise, I mean, that's usually the name of the game, right? So it's definitely,
Right.
yeah. So another thing I wanted to ask you as well, and if I can remember what it is, was uh, the idea of that everyone has issues that happen in their lives. Like we have failures that come up. It's never perfect. You're gonna fail, I don't know, 10 times for every time you finally get to where you want to be, at least. So when you're at that point where you're struggling, like you just can't overcome that obstacle, or it's just not working, or you're in a funk, or anything like that is happening to you at that point. What has helped you in those situations to kind of overcome that situation?
um I'm not exactly sure how to define it, but in all the situations similar to what you've described that I've been through, um, thank God there weren't that many. But even as a younger girl, there are all kind of issues, and my first jobs, and then the other, and so on. All kind of stuff like that happen. Um, so I couldn't define it, but I always find myself the next day. I mean, okay, that the day that that particular thing happens, I'm usually low, and just a million thoughts go through my mind with a million miles per second, and uh, um, I usually don't talk too much about that particular thing, but the next day I try to put it behind, and 99% of the cases it's working for me. I just put it behind and start a fresh day with something else in mind, uh, something to do, even if go out with the kids or whatever, work, family, doesn't matter, but something with a specific goal in mind that I want to do that day, get it accomplished. It's very important. And life goes on. I usually don't think too much about the failure, or what happened, if I can. I mean, if it's not related to what happens next in my life, it's just remains there behind it. That's the way I do it. I don't know how to call it, but I've always just put it behind.
Mhm. Well, it sounds like from some of what you're saying is the idea is kind of when you talk about either a quick win or getting momentum back. Um,
Mhm.
like where you're saying you're it can be as simple as a small little thing where it's a small goal, but you're able to accomplish it. And if you stack those on top of each other, then you start to feel like better about yourself. Like, because ultimately, I think a lot of the funk that happens is it's all in your head. And and it's about you getting over yourself and over where you're at and the issues you're having, and getting yourself to a better place where you can start to get back to whatever it is you're trying to achieve. So it sounds like from what you're saying, if you can stack those kind of quick positive things in your favor, you start to get back to that level, right?
Right.
No.
Yeah. And focus on what's next and not what has been. What has been, it's in the past.
Yeah, that's
If it
definitely
hasn't killed you, there was a saying, I don't remember it right now. If it hasn't killed you so far, then you can go on.
definitely. That's a great way to look at it. So obviously you were talking about having two kids, 4 and 9. So with two businesses and kids and a family, do you have some type of morning routine that helps you kind of get going when you got all of these things going on every day?
Uh, it's not a routine. I wish I could find more time for that, and it's on my bucket list for next year to find time for myself. But the most important thing in the morning for me, which without it I cannot start I cannot exist, is the coffee. And it's a lot of coffee. So that's the first thing I do in the morning, and then after smelling it and taking a couple of zips, then the day can start.
Hey, my wife is the same way. She can't do anything until she has her coffee.
Yeah, me too. I mean, if you make me do anything before my coffee, it's gonna be bad for you.
Yes, I know many people like that.
Yeah,
uh,
it's a weak point, I'm aware. It's like a drug, but yeah,
the,
we have to have some weaknesses, of course, because otherwise it's also bad.
yeah. I don't look at it as a weakness at all, but uh,
Yeah, it's not a weakness. Sorry,
yeah,
I couldn't find another word. You
uh,
you got what I mean.
yeah, I get what you mean there. So with all of the businesses going on and family, like, do you like what to you? I guess I would ask, like, what is a work-life balance?
What is that? Sorry.
A work-life balance, like, is it this like mythical thing, like because obviously like with your family and two businesses, it's a lot to do with every day.
Um, I'm not sure actually. I don't think about that too much. I just want to be happy every day and enjoying what I do, and my kids to be happy, and me not like ignoring them all day. I mean, finding time for them, quality time, not just being there in the same room.
Mhm.
And if that happens, and if I go to sleep, no matter the hour, but with a smile on my face, and they do the same thing, it's okay. It doesn't matter that I would like to sleep 1 hour more, or just the way I see it. I would like to maybe, I mean, I'm aware that I things need to get in a little bit more balance in the next year, and that's the goal. By the end of next year, everything to be settled and the way it's supposed to be. The thing is about the ranking business, and since it's so connected with Amazon, since it's gray, since it's so many changes happening in Amazon, you never know what happens. Maybe same time next year, if we're going to talk again, I'm going to tell you we do it, totally different, or totally different service. Everything has changed, and that's also one of the reasons things get so hectic at one point, because you need to be on top of them and on top of the changes, even if you try to get them organized, but the changes happen so fast and you have to adapt in order to have a business at the end of the day. But just trying to keep it simple. I mean, I'm not a person who has those very complex goals and um, quotes and everything. I just take one day at a time and try to make the most of it.
And one of the things that you were talking about, which is great, and honestly, a lot of people struggle with, is the fact that like it seems like you know your why. You have like you want to be there for your family, and there are so many people out there that they look at business from the perspective of it's I always have to grind. I do it to the extent that I'm going to basically like abandon my family in some regard, just because I have to work on the business, and it's something a lot of people struggle with, and for you to be
It's
able to,
difficult. It's
uh,
difficult.
yeah,
Sorry to interrupt you. It's difficult to find the balance, indeed. But I think it also resumes to the fact that if you're doing something that you love and you enjoy doing it, you're always going to have to find the balance. I mean, it's in you.
well, yeah,
That's what I.
yeah, and that gets back into the thing that there's always going to be more to do, right? Like you were talking
Yes.
about all of the different things that you have to outsource and that are going on. Like we can live to be 80 or 90 and doing the same business. There's always going to be more to do. So if you're like, when are you going to have time if you don't make time now? So that's what I love about what you're saying too, is like you don't want to be, it sounds like you're not going to be the person who's 80 trying like, well, I'll eventually spend time with my kids when I'm got time then or something. You're making it the priority, which I think like the whole reason why you're doing it, which is so awesome, and honestly not a lot of people do. So I think that's great. Um,
I try.
This was a question that I was on a friend of mine, Mason's podcast, and he brought up this question, and I thought it was a great question. So I pretty much stole it and kind of have asked it every time someone's been on. So what's your definition of success?
Oh wow. Definition of success. I think for me, just being able to keep doing what I do, but not be pressured with anything. I mean, that to have that freedom. And when I say freedom, I'm talking about everything, money, time, because that's also a very, very important piece of the puzzle, the time. So, and at the same time, I mean, having all this, have enough money to be happy. And I mean, I'm not. Yeah, okay. I want to make like 5 successful exits from my current and future brands in the next 5 or 10 years. But I'm not thinking about, if I'm not going to succeed, that this means I failed. No, I'm not seeing it that way. If it's not going to happen, but I'm still going to be with my family and my kids and having this freedom that I'm telling you about being able to travel whenever I want, wherever I want, because I can work from any place in the world as long as I have a laptop and internet with me. I think I'm going to be happy with that and just enjoy life, because if that's my opinion, if someone gets too focused only on money and career 200% and forgets about all the simple things in life, like, I don't know, having um, uh, 1 month vacation with your family wherever you dream, that's the success for me. And at the same time, having that safety, that there are enough money there for us to be able to grow the business if possible, for my kids to not have to worry a certain part of their lives and so on. That's the way I see it.
That's a great way to look at it. I definitely look at it somewhat similarly as well. I love that. So as we're heading down the home stretch, I wanted to thank you for coming on today and sharing some of your story and your expert insight. It was so great talking to you.
Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. And I wanted to ask you, how can our listeners find out more about what you're doing?
They can go to our website, which is azrank.com, like Amazon, Zebra, Rank, all in one word.com. There's a contact form there. It's very easy to get in touch with us. They can find me on pretty much everywhere on social media. I try to be as as I told you, I like talking to people, and I try to answer to everyone with my name, Alina Vlaic, and yeah, I think that's about it.
All right, and we'll definitely have links as well so people can take advantage. Thank you so much, Alina, and talk to everyone next time on Morning Marketing Machine. So thank you. All right, bye.
Thank you. Have a good day.